The video of Kate Middleton is actually fake and it's some weird AI and there's proof? Guys, make sure and click the plus sign. I'm gonna have more on this you don't wanna miss. Sound off in the comments and tell me what you think, but I want you to take a look at this video because a lot of people are saying this isn't Kate, they're pointing out inconsistencies. Take a look at this with me and then we'll discuss.
Now, hold on, okay? Because this isn't going into cuckoo land. This is an educational video that I think everybody needs to see. First, we need to actually review the first video. It's only going to be a quick clip, okay? And then it starts getting good. You guys, this is educational. Please wait till the end and let me know what you think.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery. It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family, but I've had a fantastic medical team who have taken great care of me, for which I'm so grateful. In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present. My medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I'm now in the early stages of that treatment. This, of course, came as a huge shock, and William and I have been doing everything we can to process and manage this privately for the sake of our young family. As you can imagine, this has taken time. It has taken me time to recover from major surgery in order to start my treatment. But most importantly, it has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte, and Louis in a way that's appropriate for them and to reassure them that I'm going to be okay.
Simple enough, right? Well, you would think. But with Kensington Palace, nothing is ever simple. Look what started floating around. The same video, but look closely at Kate. Does she look a little bit familiar? Let's watch.
This, of course, came as a huge shock, and William and I have been doing everything we can to process and manage this privately for the sake of our young family. As you can imagine, this has taken time. It has taken me time to recover from major surgery in order to start my treatment. But most importantly, it has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte, and Louis in a way that's appropriate for them and to reassure them that I'm going to be okay.
Yeah, I know. My mind was blown too. And I started thinking, what in the world? How could this be? Now, again, this is what an AI expert actually generated to prove the power of AI by putting Megan's face on Kate's video. But it looks pretty convincing. And here's how they did it.
I want to show you two video clips. One of them is real and one of them is fake. Can you tell which one's real? Okay, this one was kind of easy. Obviously, this is the fake one. Like, you can see the color on the face isn't quite right, and hair is obviously like a wig. But this video was like from a few years ago. Let's look at a more recent example. Look at these two clips. One of them is real and one of them is fake. Can you tell which one it is? Okay, what about these? Or these? Which one of these is fake and which one of these is real? Maybe you're some wizard and you could tell, but I couldn't. And my guess is that most people can't. That's because things have changed.
I've never seen it quite like this. This technology is spreading rapidly.
It's really
mind-blowing.
Deepfakes.
Deepfakes.
Was a tipping point for deepfakes. It's all real. In the last few years, we've crossed a threshold into a world where moving images are manipulated in ways that make them indistinguishable from reality. This is our new world. It is the world of high-quality deepfakes.
The catastrophic potential to public trust and to markets that could come from deepfake attacks.
This is happening quicker than any of us could have imagined. So I want to get you up to speed on what's happening with deepfakes, how they're revolutionizing entertainment,
It's all my fault. David, this video
and creating new challenges and fears for the people who make our laws and the people who enforce those laws.
Make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time.
Ultimately, I want to show you how much of a threat deepfakes actually pose and answer the biggest question of all. What is even real?
So could you spot the difference? But guess what? Technology has advanced even since that TikTok was made. Check this out.
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being? Would you believe me? What is your perception of reality? Is it the ability to capture, process, and make sense of the information our senses receive? If you can see, hear, taste, or smell something, does that make it real? Or is it simply the ability to feel? I would like to welcome you to the era of synthetic reality. Now, what do you see?
So I know you guys are probably wondering now, what's the actual technology behind it? How can this happen? And if you don't think you need to know, you do. Because in the coming year and years, knowledge on what you're looking at is going to become the only power you have. Let's get into it.
I recently made a deep fake of myself to deceive my audience, and it totally worked. I could be Nick the studio manager. Look, I'm Nick the studio manager right now. And what's crazy is how simple this is becoming. One of the most common methods of deep faking is using a computer process known as generative adversarial networks, or GAN. This process is like taking two AIs and putting them in competition. You tell the AI to make one image look like another, and then the AI goes away and does its best. AI number 2 looks at this image and is like, this sucks, what went wrong here? And then it tells AI number 1 what went wrong. Why doesn't it look like the target image? So then AI 1 goes back and it fixes all of its mistakes and it tries again. It presents the new image to AI 2 and AI 2 is like, it's slightly better, but it still kind of sucks. Here's why. And it gives it all this feedback. This feedback loop happens over and over and over, thousands and thousands of times, until you get to the point where you've got an image that's very believable. It's like amazing.
Yeah, super amazing, but also super scary. So when you look at any piece of video evidence, especially from people and sources that have been deemed unreliable, it behooves you to say, I will take what you say as truth if you can prove it to me.
Okay, so I took the new Kate cancer video and I slowed it down frame by frame, and I see her eyes popping out of her head as a digital mistake. And I truly believe, personally, my personal opinion is that this is an AI video. And if you watch to the end of this video, super important, there's a 7-year-old video from YouTube with her wearing the exact same clothes, having the exact same hair, which they probably fed to the AI to make this video. It's a very good video. Probably the best AI available to humankind. But her eyes are changing color. I caught a couple glimpses of it. You can do this yourself. Don't trust me. Put this in super slow motion. Run it through frame by frame. You will see her eyes popping out of her head, mismatching, changing color, as well as none of the background moves, which we know is a green screen at this point. And what is this?
Is just as important as physical health.
What's more, people are taking issue with the location. Now, and I did a little research, and Kate is sitting on the Queen's bench. It's a specific bench, and it's located in a specific area in the Queen's garden. If you're not familiar with the area, this is the bench. This has always been a bench, and this is the area where the bench sits. Notice this was, I believe, taken in 2022. Now, to be fair, they might have landscaped the garden so that they could put the daffodils behind the bench, as you see in Kate. But again, this was taken in 2023. The exact location of the bench, like you see, there are the steps behind it and not many daffodils. And this was from 2023. But to be fair, things might have changed. There's also UK theorists advance a deepfake theory through a 7-year-old video. Coincidentally, when searching for the video in question, the YouTube algorithm automatically places the recent one from yesterday under it. This is the heads together. It was filmed video, exactly 7 years ago. Again, here's the Kate Middleton video that we just saw in 2024. Now, to be fair, she is wearing the same sweater, same earrings, same hairstyle, and same hair color. But to be fair, she might have worn it because those items have very sentimental reasons. As a matter of fact, a lot of people on Twitter was saying, when you make the most important video of your entire life to be viewed by the world, would you A, wear a 7-year-old sweater, or B, do it without your husband, Prince, by your side? If you answer no to either, then congratulations, you are now an ACT. I will say this, people wear clothes for a lot of reasons, to be fair. That's still not a lot of evidence.
Okay, so I took the new...
So let's go over what I've already seen so far. Many people say she is very robotic. This doesn't look real. It doesn't look like a real person. I'm gonna give some pushback on this. Considering everything that she's been through in the media recently, having the palace completely blame her for the blunder that they did, which I find to be an incredibly abusive thing that they did to her, and all the scrutiny, I could understand if this comes across robotic and rehearsed. Probably is rehearsed. And guys, like, the UK people are a bit more reserved in general, and she probably has some fear about talking about this and about speaking out. So if she seems like it's a little unnatural, I could understand that. Now, I've also heard people say that apparently she said her children's names funny, that she stuttered a little bit or said them weird. I will be honest, unless I see other evidence, I didn't hear that. I don't know. I didn't hear it. Another one people have said is that, well, William wasn't in there and that looks weird. Why? If this is what's going on, if this is real, and if this is her story, why would William need to be there? I'm not, look, it's whether or not he is there or isn't there is up to her discretion. I'm just saying I don't think that this means that the video is fake. Here's what I will say. I think it's terrifying that we live in a world where AI has become so good that we don't know what's real anymore. That when we see something like this, we can't tell the difference if this is real or if there's something else going on. And for that reason, I feel like we have to question everything. Until more evidence comes out, I'm not convinced of anything, and at this point, I will believe her in what she said unless I see evidence to the contrary. I want to know, what do you guys think? Do you think this was AI or do you think it's real? So far, I'm leaning towards real.